me back. I managed to find the rest of the cinematics. On this one, he ain't even hurt, so this next one is this.
This was also the first really dramatic scene we shot, and it became kind of the touchstone for how the characters should look when they're really pushed.
It's so interesting when she's, you know, again, it's this moment of vulnerability when she says, I feel sick, and Joel's, again, being very didactic and pushing her away. She stands up for herself. This is the first time she stood up for herself. And I love that line, you know, it's either him or me. Come back to that.
He can't do it. He can't admit that she saved his life.
Yeah, but it's a bit questionable whether she did save his life. Could have been 50-50. He was just about to reach for the gun.
So this is, in the story, the first time Joel really is trusting Ellie and seeing her as pretty much an equal to him. But he has to rely on her to survive in this world.
This is one of the first cinematics that we saw too, and we just, it's still one of our favorites. We keep coming back to it and laughing, because I love this exchange between the two of them.
What about me?
You stay here.
This is so stupid. We'd have more of a fucking chance if you let me help.
I am. You seem to know your way around a gun. You reckon you can handle that?
Well, I sort of shot a rifle before.
He's like, shit, rats, that's it? Fuck.
I love that line. Oh, shit, here's what we gotta work with.
We usually avoid these kind of cameras that rotate around something that are trying to do too much, but it felt like this moment kind of needed it. It's a weird parent-kid moment.
Yeah.
He's teaching her how to shoot to kill.
Get another round in there quick. Listen to me. If I get in trouble.
There's a really nice, when I watched like Ellie's performance, this balance between she's trying to be a hard ass, but you could see in her eyes she's kind of terrified of the situation.
Yeah.
But even in this, there's almost a little bit of excitement there too. Either whether it's about the reality of her killing isn't real, or if it's just, I have an opportunity to make Joel proud.
Opening up. Opening up.
You're welcome.
Such an interesting look on your face here. 'Cause it's almost like I did good, but then you feel horrified by it. So interesting.
It's like, even though Ellie's used to killing, used to seeing this stuff in this world, it was still important to show this is having an effect on her.
Right.
And you're going to see that kind of carry throughout the game.
Well, it also kind of carries over into this moment as well, too, because I realized what I just put her through. I love the way that, you know, took that away from her. It's like almost gingerly. It's like, give me that.
It's like, you can't really compliment it because...
Right. You did good. Yeah, there's no pat on the back. But then I turn around and I give her this, and it's like you said, there's a sadness to it.
Yeah, it's sad that in this world, these are the things that you have to bond over. Like, here's your gun.
And that's the reward.
Yeah.
But that knot of understanding is great.
It's a tough world.
Brandon and Najee.
There you go.
Yep.
Brandon, I think, had the hardest audition of anyone.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I literally almost took off his head. Not in this scene, not punching him. That fortunately was done by Ruben Langdon, who can punch way better than I can.
Leave him alone.
And Najee, too, when he came in red for Sam, that had that... just this kid that's kind of terrified to live in this world.
Yeah.
Man, you hit hard. Yeah, well, I was trying to kill you.
And these two characters are really showing, they're kind of a mirror of Joel and Ellie's relationship.
Yeah.
It's another warning for Joel, like this whole arc for Henry and Sam. Of what's going to happen if you stick with this girl? You're going to go through what these two characters are going to eventually end up.
I do like that Sam is a character that seems genuinely scared, because a lot of the other characters can tend to be a little bit more badassy,
Right.
and he's young and he's scared. And I love that.
To me, he also comes across very sullen. Like
Yeah.
there's like just a little glimmer of hope and joy, but it's almost like anytime there is a moment of that, then Henry kind of takes that away from him.
It also gives Ellie an opportunity to play a mentor of sorts for him.
Mm.
Yeah.
Be safer if we chat there.
All right, take us there.
They were kind of like a mirror of Joel and Ellie.
Welcome to my office.
One thing that I think made Brandon such a great choice for this, and the right choice for this, is this scene about how much he owned it and the pride that he had in showing off this wonderful camp that they had made for themselves, and kind of like trying to impress Joel, and Joel just come, very nonplussed about the whole thing. He's like, "Oh, good for you. You've done this."
And relax. We're safe.
What's happening, man?
Well, the interesting thing, the way I read it is like Joel is impressed, but he's not. He's trying
Not
not to
gonna
show.
show
He's
it.
trying to still test this kid. There's a lot of he sees himself in Henry.
Yeah. Very, very much so. This is, I remember we going back and forth about this, because
Oh yeah, because layout changed. Because initially they were going to go through the camp
Right.
at night, and then we had to change the layout, so we had to go in and re-record these lines.
well, and there's something on the reverse that it doesn't really matter, but when we shot this, the entire time that he was laying out this plan, I was just looking at him. So it's like, I really care about your plan, kid. I care more about you. It's kind of like poker. You don't play the cards, you play the man.
Yeah, one of those fleeting moments where kids can be kids.
She doesn't seem bothered by all this.
Such a powerful line. Joel completely just dismisses it. You guys were actually doing that in the background while we were doing this scene. It was so great. It wasn't like shot separately.
I know, we were just fooling around. You guys were like, shut up.
Whatever.
It just seems like there's a lot of people putting their stock on the Fireflies these days.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason for that.
You don't know.
I love this standoff, even though it's a sit-off almost between the two of them, where Joel's just pushing him for information just to see where
Proper rating.
this
outside.
kid's grounded. That nod.
Yeah, the threat being so subtle, but it's there.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, again, that Brandon did with this that everybody else didn't do. They kind of really got in Joel's face, and he didn't. He didn't posture himself that much. It was just like, I'll take care of mine, you take care of yours. And also that he doesn't correct him about your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Joel doesn't correct him. She's not my daughter.
Little girl, you want to join us? It goes down tonight.
She's not my daughter. She's some stranger girl. I'm just
I guess we best rest up.
taking across
I
the
guess
country.
that's the most Joel's going to give him.
Yeah. That's all Henry needs. Joel sleeping again. These were my favorite scenes, where I just got to sleep.
I think this unlocks after the game.
Then we're going to be moving fast, okay?
And the idea of these two pairs that are coming together.
Because I didn't see
And
it
they were
before.
just such great brothers. Brandon and Aji did such a great job together.
It's interesting to see, like, from the people who made the game and all that. The commentary, isn't it? See where the tank chased us.
How many bullets do you have left?
I just remember it was funny because jumping off of this bridge, there's just
A rope.
a line of tape, and then you have to like jump off of it.
Because
So
we were
it's
both
funny.
stepping over it at first. They're like, no, this is like 50 feet down.
I was like,
right.
oh, so we got to do a whole thing.
It looks ridiculous what we're doing. It's like, ah, with our arms above our
I
head.
know.
And this part where you're in the water, we had you on a cart.
That's right. And they
And
were
we
like
just pushed
wheeling
you
around.
across
Yeah.
the mocap stage.
It was actually pretty violent being on that.
It
It
was.
was pretty scary.
Yeah,
This was part of the audition scene that Brandon did that really just kind of helped us realize we had the right Henry. Back to the salesman. It's like, hey, buddy, everything's okay.
I
Everything's
know.
all right.
I really like that about his character, that he's kind of a salesman.
You know, Sam's the one who spotted you. You guys
Gotta
have taken
punch him.
quite a bit of water. What's wrong with you? Henry, get back, son. Hey. He's pissed, but he's not gonna do anything. You sure about that? Stop!
He's confident. He knows he can calm you down, but he needs Sam to stay out of the way.
Right, just in case.
Yeah.
You did. Coming back for you. We're putting him at risk. Stay back.
I think there's already the change there. Joel knows it's true.
Yeah.
Joel wouldn't have come back for him.
And even when we were shooting this too, I mean, you really get into that moment, and every time that I felt that hand on my shoulder, it's almost like that Hulk moment where you realize, oh, I felt bad for letting you see that part of me, because so far I really haven't, in these moments, let that demon out. I've done what I've had to do, but this is just cold-blooded murder I'm about to do.
The thing with Henry, which Brandon really brought to it, which is making light of everything for Sam. Everything is done for Sam.
Right.
I think he really is intimidated. He is scared in the situation, but he's making light of it so Sam isn't as scared as he is.
Because the second that Sam sees that he's scared,
Yeah.
innocently scared. Silver lining kid.
So I was thinking whether to do this or not, because commentary people maybe not interested in it. Maybe they find it boring, but I just said let's just try it. Show the rest of the game in how they made it in with the complete thing. So that guy, he doesn't want to be mod no more.
This is the longest
Short
dramatic
scene.
in the game. I had to fit that in there. Quit this place from it, since we had it in the first trailer.
I can't quit you.
And that sniper
I remember when
scene
we
was sick.
first, the very, very beginning of this, when we like did the first table read through this and everything, and we talked about, I asked if there was going to be a moment of just a light shining through in this darkness, and you talked about this scene, and at that point it was just really kind of just real easy brushstrokes of what it was going to be, and it really came into fruition. It became this
Well, all the characters here have their guard down. It's kind of
Yeah.
unique, because usually somebody's lying or somebody's hiding something.
Right.
And here's like, everybody has their guard down.
and just talking about motorcycles. And you were really giving too on this. We spent a lot of time on this, and there was this one scene where you just kind of let me ramble about, you know, to where we really feel like we're coming midway into a conversation. I don't remember what was said, but it was just this cool moment.
But you went more into the details of like with Tommy and where you went and the States and all that stuff. I think that really helped kind of make this, the following takes much more natural.
Right, without all the rest of that
Yeah.
stuff, the preamble being there. But I love the turn that he gives right here. It's like the kids have gone to bed now, and we can just talk like adults.
Animation and lighting, right? If you don't capture these looks in the eyes, this scene doesn't work.
Right. The thing that I love about this is that he's set up a little office for himself, kind of like what Henry did. You know, it's this, I'm being official, trying to be a grown-up. He's still a kid, and we see it in this moment.
I really enjoyed working with Brandon and Najee. Just having them on set was so much fun. They're such
Najee
great
especially,
dudes.
like
Najee's
a trip.
hilarious.
we're doing this crazy scene and we like cut and then he's like just starting dancing or
Yeah.
Singing whatever, you know, YouTube hot song at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, song bombing us all day.
They were so much fun. I just adore them too.
I was going to do the making of the game, but then I saw the rest of the. I found the rest
You
of
got an
the
opportunity to
cinematic.
put so much of you into Ellie.
That's just because I can't write, so I just listen to Ashley talk and then like, oh, that's a good line.
That's giving me way too much credit.
It's like putting up the defense, making joke of it, as Ellie does.
Yeah.
And then seeing when she needs to, because that's the only way she's going to cheer him up. She's going to open up to him.
And also, she kind of throws out that bone, like, you know, scorpions are pretty creepy. That's not what I want to talk about.
Being by myself.
Which again, all this stuff she's saying here plays into what happens later when she finds out Joel's trying to give her up, giving her away to Tommy.
Yeah.
Those things out there. What if the
And it's
people
kind of the same thing we're seeing with Tess, to where she was, again, she knows what's going on, he knows what's going on, but it's looking externally for some kind of either comfort or hope or answer or something. And then they just always come up empty.
I guess one thing I'm just thinking about now, which is all the stuff Sam is going through because he's bitten, is probably the stuff Ellie went through when she was first bitten, because she thought she was going to turn. And it just happens that she was immune. But so that's why she kind of all these realizations she's had.
I go back and forth. I mean, I'd like to believe it.
It's a powerful thing for essentially.
It's kind of
kid to
sad because
say.
that's not what Sam wants to hear. He
Right.
wants to hear that it's all going to be all right.
Right.
But she doesn't realize that's what.
No,
he
death is terrible. It's a horrible, painful process, and you're all alone. You know.
I almost forgot. There. If he doesn't know about it, he can't take it away. All right. This did make me sad because, you know, he spent that whole night alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh
You
yeah.
know. Henry didn't go back in there.
I let him sleep in, just like.
Yeah, let him sleep in.
Oh.
And that was the last conversation he had. And that always made me so sad after I read that. Because I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And what would have happened if Henry had gone in there? I mean, the fact that Henry wasn't there, I mean, plays into, you know, the culmination of this scene where he's just racked with guilt.
I mean, one thing we're very conscious of when putting the story together is we would have these really kind of dramatic moments that change the characters significantly, and then we would cut to some more time in the future.
Yeah.
And so you don't get to see right afterwards what happened to it, and then you get hints of how this affected the relationship, which is what you get into the next gameplay sequence. And this whole thing is, it's a huge change in Joel here, because now he sees, this is what's going to happen to me. The same thing that's happening to Henry right now is what would happen to me if I'm going to keep going and let Ellie get hurt.
Yeah.
And it's like he's going to, after this moment, he makes the choice, like, I need to give her to Tommy.
Oh my god.
I have no idea what that would do to a person to actually see that. They have to do that.
Yeah, I remember talking with Brandon about this when he's saying it's all your fault. He's not talking to Joel, he's talking to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that's cool with this piece, Gustavo's music, is that you're carrying that weight. You're carrying the weight of that emotion of everything just happened onto the next scene, which even though they might not be thinking about Henry and Sam right this moment, but it's just that feeling is lingering going forward.
Alright. I just wanted to finish the thing without interrupting it because people might watch it and if I talk in the middle it's gonna. So let me see the chat. Yeah, it's good I'm showing it. We shouldn't remove him right now. Maybe asking will be better. I don't care about what he said to me, man. Water under the bridge, like they say. Yeah, if we'll see, we'll give him 1 week to turn up. If he doesn't turn up, What to ask him. Then we'll remove him, isn't it? Alright, let's continue the
I own that shirt.
school.
I still think we should sell off our mocap suits for charity.
Unwashed.
Jeffrey Pierce.
What the lady says.
Ashley Scott. Sorry, Ashley Hart.
Oh, yes.
Ashley Hart. She was married.
We didn't know the place was occupied. We're just trying to make our way through.
Through to where?
They're all right.
But you know these people?
Know him. He's my
The
goddamn
chemistry was so good between
The two of
you
them.
and Jeffrey.
It was amazing how well, and I mean, Jeffrey's just a few years older than me, but it was interesting playing the older brother to him. And yeah, we felt like brothers immediately. It was crazy.
Oh, well, Jeffrey came. I mean, we almost cast Jeffrey
Yeah.
as Joel. And then once, like months later, we needed to cast Tommy. I was like, oh,
Well.
what's Jeffrey Pierce doing? That's for him.
Not blow my head off.
Would have been embarrassing, considering you're my brother-in-law.
And Ashley Scott, she came really close to being cast as Tess. And
Yeah.
when we needed Maria, I was like, oh,
We
Ashley
got a
Scott.
perfect person.
There were no additions for these roles.
I love this awkward setup of this is how he meets his sister-in-law. How he meets
Yeah.
Jeffrey's, or Tommy's wife.
Story.
Why don't we bring him inside?
And you just get to see here now how Ellie's starting to become more secretive.
Well, also, it's
Guarded.
like the way they're standing and everything. It's like Ellie's kind of alone now. Like now, it's like Joel is with Tommy, and
There's no one familiar with Ellie.
So they would have been cast as different roles.
It's quite the crew you got here.
They're good men. This place gives them a second
the
chance.
theme of redemption.
Give us all a second chance. Why'd you leave Boston?
We went through this so many times,
Been on quite the adventure.
and each one of them I thought was great in its own little version. It was just kind of like trying to pick the right one. But this is where you get to see
Well, Joel's putting up a front here. I mean, he's trying to.
he's pitching his little
yeah.
brother. And it's so interesting to see them slip how they're two different men, but they instantly go back into those roles that they were before.
And just by the behavior here, you get hints of what happened in those 20 years.
Right.
How dark things went.
Like they're playing nice.
Right, they were happy to see each other, but now it's like,
It's
oh,
right
right,
underneath the
you
surface.
haven't changed.
And that's so true to life. I push these buttons and you do this.
This isn't for me, Tommy. This is for your damn cause.
My call.
Jesus, boy.
Putting Joel on the offensive.
And
And
now he's just like insulting everybody here and insulting his wife.
Tommy, I need this.
Again, just Joel just expects. I tell my little brother to do something, he needs to do it.
Right.
But I ain't taking that
Which is
girl.
totally based on my brother.
This is how you gonna repay me, huh?
Repay you.
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care. That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it.
Tommy here, Tommy and Maria show that even in this world is horrible. You could find peace in it.
Right.
You could build a community. You don't have to resort to these things that Joel has.
that line was a great thing that Jeffrey improv'd on. Put your hands on me again. It's a good Southern phrase.
Would have had a brother fight.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh man, they were coming in from every direction. Then Maria was like, "We gotta run."
That's where you see Tommy realizes for the first time that Joel really cares for this girl. This isn't just a job. And that's where he has that change, and he's like, oh, crap. This is why he's asking me to do this.
Absolutely not. You tell him to go find somebody else.
And again, it's just such a real moment between a married couple. It's like honor and you know, doing something for selfishness and everything else, that doesn't play in this world anymore. Those are archaic ideals. I don't want you to go out there because you're going to get killed, and we don't owe him anything. Because I'm sure all she knows is the 20-year-old Joel, 20-year-old version of Joel. Why would you risk your life for that guy? You hate him, essentially.
One fuck up and then I turn into one of those widows, okay?
And for Ellie, it's important to show that she could just read Joel. She has this bullshit detector that, just by the way he's answering her questions, she understands exactly what he asked Tommy to do.
Love this moment. Here we go.
Bullshit detector.
Anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
The posture and everything. He knows he's in the wrong. He knows he can't ask Tommy to do this.
Yeah.
She's thankful, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll take that girl of yours to the Fireflies. You don't have to worry about it.
He really cares for you.
There's so much more behind it, though, than that, than just care. It's Tommy showing that he's the bigger man, that he's the better man. He's allowing his brother to be shallow and selfish.
I mean, I think he knows what his brother's been through. And he knows why he can't go through that again.
Which way? Come on.
I think we're nearly to the end. I'm not sure.
This is probably my favorite scene.
What a long day this was.
Boys, movies, deciding which.
I honestly think this is one of the best scenes that you wrote, Neil.
Bizarre.
Get up.
Because it says so much about this world, and especially
The guy
Ellie,
talking right now is the guy
where she's at,
Where's
and
Joe's
realizing how
voice?
different and how much of a chasm there is between this world and that.
I agree.
Goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want?
I think I really like about this scene is that they're both kind of, I guess, being selfish in a way, and yet it's coming from a place because they really care about each other. Like, they don't understand that they both have been through horrible things, and they each think what they've been through has been worse.
I love that she calls him out on that. What are you so afraid of?
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
Not her, you know.
What?
And it's like the stakes are high, and it's like, okay, well, then I'm gonna drop this bomb. Not her. It's like, how many years has it probably been for Joel since he even, like,
Don't bring
thought
up
about
that
it,
name.
mentioned it?
I think Joel's thought of that name every day, but I don't think he's heard it said. That shove that you gave, that was nowhere in the script.
I think that came out of frustration, definitely, because when we had come back and we couldn't find it, and I wasn't necessarily frustrated with you, I was frustrated with us in the scene, and I was like, oh, fuck.
It's so cold of Joel to do this, and I've had people on the team ask me to remove this part, that he's being too cold, and I'm like, no, it's like, because she's being so vulnerable and he's having these feelings, he's trying to shut it down. That's why he's being so cold. It was so important for me to keep that in there.
When he says, "You're not my daughter," it's almost an insult.
And it's kind of the opposite of what he's feeling.
This scene was such a great opportunity to show even just like all these mini arcs with characters. You know, we don't have a lot of time, and we're not gonna, we can only tell Joel and Ellie's story. We can't go into such detail with Bill and Tommy and Tess and Marlene. But you get this great resolution between these brothers because you get the full arc of it in just a short amount of time.
It's like the way I approached it is the seed has been planted, like when she says, I'll just be more scared, that Joel just needs time. And in time, he will change his mind. Because he doesn't want any, deep down, he doesn't want anything that will hurt Ellie or. So over there, the idea is just this little horse riding montages. He's That
this
change is
horse
brewing.
riding button.
And Gustavo's music doesn't hurt.
What's so great about how this plays out is there's really nothing happening but just this passage of time.
That used to be our level that you played through. And just during production cuts, we changed it. So it actually worked out better. It just became this idyllic idea that you never fully reach. You just see it from the outside.
Where is this lab of theirs?
It's all the way out, University of Eastern Colorado.
Pointing out this moment that there was probably a time when these two used to watch college football together, and calling out, he's like, "Go Bighorns," for our college that we made up. I want one of their T-shirts so bad, University East Colorado, because Colorado is such a big state.
I don't want her coming after.
Sorry for stealing your horse.
Come back to town. Let's discuss it at least.
My mind's all made up. University, Eastern Colorado. How do I find this lab?
It's in the science building.
She was
Looks like a
stealing
giant
something.
Mary.
She stole a magazine.
And
in the
the
house.
idea of offering Joel a place of refuge, a place of redemption.
Well, and originally we had some, I think there was a line that I threw in there or something. It was like maybe someday or something. It was just too on the nose. And we ended up saying we don't need that.
Yeah.
This needs to be a.
The look is enough.
Well, and the offer to me is enough.
Mm-hmm. About to hear Steve Bloom.
Lovely Steve.
Steve Bloom.
Silk-throated Steve Bloom.
The guy who does the voice of Wolverine in the cartoons.
Yeah, no shit.
What a macabre scene, though. I love that Ellie's just kind of thumbing through things.
She's pretty frustrated with not having found the fireflies, not knowing where to go.
Yeah, that's
Man, I love Steve
Wolverine's
Bloom's voice.
Steve Bloom.
He makes me want to clear my throat. It's mean.
Do you know where that is?
I know the city.
Is it far?
Again, this is where we really start kind of getting a sense of how Joel and Ellie are just chasing their tail. There's, chasing a phantom.
Steve Bloom, he played Wolverine in Wolverine and the X-Men. X-Men Legend games. A lot of other parts of Wolverine.
For me, is what I wanted from this is not to overplay it, not to like have Ellie cry or scream or.
Shit. Joel.
There's probably a lot of panic that happened between this moment and the next.
Well, and what a
Nazi.
great line too. You got to tell me what to do. When almost the entire game she said, "Don't tell me what to do."
And here is where we've been lying to everybody when we've been saying you don't play as Ellie.
That's right.
Yeah.
Asked point blank. Do you play as Ellie?
No.
I know.
In this moment, a lot of this project and the story has been constructed around this moment, which is where the roles flip. Where now it's Ellie that has to protect Joel and essentially bring him back to life.
Bye-bye, Bunny.
It's a pretty cool reveal.
And
There's Ellie as the hunter.
what we wanted here is also is like, you don't know exactly what happened to Joel, what's the state, how much time has passed.
Poor buddy.
But the way that she's doing that, you can see that she's been doing this for a while.
You'll just startle it.
Remember how tired your arms got holding that bow stretched?
That bow, it was so heavy. And I remember that I was shaking and I was like, hey guys, this is really heavy.
There's David. Nolan North.
Nolan North, ladies and gentlemen.
Ruben Langdon is James.
Ruben Langdon, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry.
No, not.
Remember, like, I showed Nolan a part of the game early on, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta get me a part somewhere in there." I'm like, "Okay, I got something for you."
I got a role for you. But I will say this, because I mean, I was on set just for a brief part of this, but that's when I mean, I've always been a fan of Nolan's work, but that's when I was truly awed by him at how he crafted this character. He took what you had and just really brought it to life.
I told him the most important part is don't play a bad guy.
Yeah.
This guy's charismatic. We have to believe that people will follow this guy.
And that Ellie could trust him.
Yeah.
Buddy boy can go get it. He comes back with what I need. The deer is all yours. Anyone else shows up.
You put one right between my eyes.
That's right.
It just shows what versatility Nolan really has.
Yeah, that voice, I mean,
It's so comforting.
it is very comforting, but it's interesting now that I'm hearing it, knowing what we went through. I get, it's a little unsettling now, hearing it. I'm like, ugh.
Back up.
It's a weird gameplay thing, but we went through a version where, like, okay, she can only carry one long gun at a time, so we have to put the bow on the ground. They're like, no, it's going to be 2 guns. Okay, well, let's put the bow back on her backpack. No, it's she can carry 2. And we removed the scope. They used to have a scope on it. We're like, oh, we don't want Ellie to have the scope.
I remember being so relieved in this scene when we switched the gun out and I got to put the bow down. I was like, ah.
I love how David complies, too. You know, he just kind of, like, submits to a little girl.
Well, the thing is like, he knows the stories. He knows what happened in the university. And he's trying to figure this kid out. This whole sequence, he's sizing her up.
How early or how late on in the script did you write David?
I mean, it was written not that long before we shot it.
Because remember you
It
like
started out
mentioned,
from
like,
a pretty
cannibal
small,
king.
yeah, it was referred as the cannibal king. We just knew that Ellie was going to run into the worst of mankind and she would persevere and come out on the other side. But then once like Nolan came in and started like putting David together, it was like it became a lot more interesting to make him this really charismatic guy that is just infatuated with Ellie. Now when things get real, you see who kind of glimpses of who he really is.
Because there is that moment in that other scene where he makes it seem like, okay, you're in control, but she never was.
Yeah.
Had some practice.
Gives it a false
You
impression
handled
of
yourself
control.
pretty nice back there.
What's cool about David and the conversation I had with Nolan about him is that he's trying to win Ellie over by being honest with her. And here's the part where he's like, I feel like she's ready. I'm going to kind of reveal myself. And I think like I could still get her to come around.
Now, you see, I believe
Like a snake.
that everything happens for a reason.
Sure.
The other interesting thing, thematically, that's everything happens for a reason is the same thing that Marlene really believes. That everything happens, like it's something she repeats to Joel at the end. But you're kind of seeing how all these characters are just, how much they're willing to go for what they believe in.
When you talked about like being surprised by your own writing, was that a moment like that, or was that something that you had intentionally done to where those characters were going to?
No, I think it's just something you think about, and there's a theme that just kind of sticks around in the project, and then characters end up talking about that stuff because you're thinking about it all the time.
You see, everything happens for a reason.
Again, another one of those moments where you think Ellie's got control.
Don't get upset. It's not your fault.
Yeah, and then James there.
You're just a kid.
I love that.
James lowered the gun.
No way, David. I'm not gonna let her go.
It was such a small role, but I really like what Ruben added there. And that the dynamics between James and David, how there's conflict between these two characters, but there's still respect, and he's still listening to David, even though he's questioning his leadership right there.
That's not your concern.
Part of me, the way I read that was every time James looked at David, it was like, who the fuck are you right now? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he was putting on a show and he saw it.
Oh, thanks.
To me, it's interesting how David almost treats Ellie like quarry. Like, you know, you're a sport.
Yeah.
Again, Ellie having this kind of bullshit detector, you see her scared here because I think she realizes there's something really wrong with these guys. I don't know what. I just need to get away.
She got that bullshit detector.
So interesting from watching this, though, I would completely believe David. I'd follow that guy. It's crazy.
It's because you're a cannibal. This little moment, this breath before going to see what's downstairs. Again, for players, it would have been like a while now since they've seen Joel.
Joel?
Once again, Joel's asleep.
I only managed to get a little bit of food.
I love how these roles have switched, too. Where now it's, you know, the protected taking care of the protector.
Move your arm.
It used to be open, and then we're like, oh, we should probably stitch that
It
up.
was also on the other side. We had to come back and reshoot it, too. Oh, continuity.
Actually, this one, I remember we shot this one again because this is going Naughty Dog method. Everybody can like say the 2 cents. Amy Puckett, one of our coordinators, said, where's Ellie's backpack? And we shot it without thinking about Ellie's backpack. And it was like, oh, we should bring it back in and use it as a pillow. It's like such a cool little touch.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah, those shivering things was pretty cool.
It's a towel thing, right?
Let's see, you did that.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
but
he
it's still
obviously he animated it.
a great moment of them falling asleep next to each other, too. Again, her watching over him. To me, you really get a sense of the oppressiveness of the world with all the introduction with all of these different kinds of enemies. It's like you feel like you're fighting this multi-front battle. It's not just, these are the bad guys, and it's so clear.
Yeah, and just how much Ellie's now willing to put herself on the line to just get them away from Joel.
Wakey, wakey.
Eggs
It's
and
interesting how much
bacon.
audio has made all of this way creepier. We were watching it without audio.
It's like the Foley of what he's cutting up and back and stuff. Yeah. Ugh.
Time to eat.
And that's the first time you actually see what it is, that you've heard them refer to it.
No, actually, this is the first time you just see it, and it's again, I really wanted to downplay the whole cannibalism thing. It's just something they have to do.
Super.
He comes to bring her a tray of food.
This was so cool to watch when you guys were doing the scene. It's just like this battle of the wills where he's just trying to like get in her head, and she will not let him. She won't give in.
Yeah, this was one of my favorite scenes to shoot because
Some human helping on the side?
there's just so much there. I mean, the cannibalism and then him being all like rapey and molesty. Like, I don't know. I'm a fan of the dark stuff, which you know. So when I read it, I was like, yes. Which makes me sound like an awful person, which I am. So
I don't know what that says about me that I wrote this.
I know. I remember that night that I went home, I was just in a funky mood.
Take care of our own. By any means necessary.
It was like it was a cooler thing to read about it than actually having to go in there. It was really hard to do.
Yeah.
You're gonna chop me up into tiny pieces.
See, again, I see David being this very gracious person.
I mean, everything he's saying is kind of true. It's like you kill to survive, we kill to survive. It's just what you do in this world. But again, Ellie just is feeling there's something else here.
I still don't look at David as a bad guy at this point.
What was awesome too is like you were talking to me before we got this whole David thing, and it's like, you want to work with Nolan North? I want to do a scene with Nolan North. I want to do this. And I was like, and I'm like, oh, we cast Nolan North. Like, great. I'm like, but you don't act with him at all.
Jeez.
Yeah, I feel super lucky I got to work with him because
He's the king.
he's so fun to work with.
I mean, he really owned it. He threw himself into it, like
Yeah.
darkness and all. And again, talking to him about it, he's like, I don't see him as dark. This is just what he wants. That's it.
I think David believes his own line of bullshit. Or whether it's bullshit or not, I think David believes that he actually is doing the right thing.
I mean, that's the other thing we discussed with Nolan is like there's a religious part to David, even though I never wanted that to come out in the script. But he really kind of believes that he's been sent here and he has this destiny that nothing can really harm him.
Where am I supposed to tell the others now?
And you really took that on the chin that day, too.
Man, this whole sequence with David, I was so beat up and bruised.
I remember you came back the following day with bruises.
I was like, guys, look at me. I had bruises
We're like,
everywhere.
oh, that looks bad, but
We're making a
gonna
game
do some more
now.
this time.
Yeah.
I love that you made it the little girl that broke your fucking finger.
Yeah. That was a good call, Neil.
Oh, he calls her stupid little girl, so she throws it back in his face. I also like that she gives him her name under her conditions, which is, I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to insult you.
I also like the fact that Ellie is still so strong that even though she's in that cage, she's still
kind of in control.
Yeah.
But it's a much stronger, that's a different strength than you'd shown anywhere else in the game before. It's like that winter was a really, really hard winter for you.
Here's another funny scene.
Wow.
Well, and you're wrong. I did get to actually act with Nolan in this. Nolan was a trooper and let me torture him.
Although we did record over his lines with Liam O'Brien.
That's right, the lovely Lob.
The lovely Liam O'Brien. This actually is my favorite scene in the game.
Is it really?
And it, after I saw you guys shoot it, and then when I saw the animation and everything, I was like, I just love this scene.
What is it about it you love so much?
I love that Joel is just quietly violent.
Mm.
And that you pop off the guy's
This is his
kneecap.
job, right? This is what he's good at.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also for me, when we talked about this, it's like Joel going back to this, like, all right, you want this guy? I'll be this guy. We've spent almost the entire game for him to stay away from being that guy, but in this, and it's like, I still know
It's like
how
we're
to
going
fuck you
back
up.
to the moment in the beginning we saw him with Robert and Tess.
Yeah.
This is what he does. This is what he's done in this world.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. He's good at it.
Chokes him out, breaks his neck right there. All for the benefit of that guy.
And it's like, if there's any like notion that someone has hurt Ellie, then I'm gonna make every single one of you guys pay.
That's all right. I believe it.
No, wait!
And actually, this is the scene where I think he got beat up the most.
Yeah.
Where you did?
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
I had bruises over my whole entire body. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, this wasn't stunts, this was you.
Yeah.
I warned you.
The thing that I love about this scene is how much Ellie's using her brains and her physicality, like everything to like get out of this situation.
Right there. Roll up my sleeve. Look at it!
I'll play along.
What'd you say?
Ruben helped so much during this part because choreographing sort of all of the little movements were so particular. And I think everybody sort of knew at this point that I kept hurting people. so Ruben was like, you have to give her the foam knife because she will hit me.
You were beating the shit out of that foam pad. I don't know what you were channeling.
I have a lot of anger.
Stop! Stop!
Fucking touch me!
It's okay. It's me. It's me.
We did very few takes of this. This was like maybe 3 takes.
Yeah.
He tried to...
It just felt like so intense with each one. It was like, yeah, we got it. That's enough.
It's the first time that, you know, Ellie and Joel, like, embraces that physical contact.
Yeah.
And it's such a great choice, I think, for you to, the dialogue wasn't important.
Yeah, it was just a gesture. So it was like, just let the music take over. And it's the same theme from when, you know, his daughter dies.
We got four more left. Let's go.
This was the scene where you got the most emotional. You almost cried in this scene.
Oh, that's right.
We don't have to do this. You know that, right?
First time Joel questions the whole idea of this mission.
But in a different way, though. Before it was, why am I wasting my time doing this? And now I'm saying, maybe that's not what we need. Maybe that's not the
Maybe it's
answer.
not worth it.
Well, yeah, it's not worth it. But I love that this comes off of what is you said was one of your favorite moments, which was
The
moments
giraffe
with the
sequence.
sequence.
That fleeting moment where Ellie gets to be a kid one last time after the whole David sequence.
And how you even played that visually with, you just kind of catch the very last end of the giraffes moving there. So here we go.
Giraffes, yeah. And then when I go back in that scene, the giraffes disappear. It was a good scene.
Oh, Ellie's dead.
And I'm sure it was such an intentional thing to call back to the very beginning, to where Joel finds himself in this situation again, and after everything that we've been through, it's like I won't go through this. And just again, that irrational, maddening, desperate calling for help. I need.
From this point forward, it's like the beginning backwards. Where if this is the point Sarah dies, like now you're about to do the Carrie sequence.
Yeah.
Then you like play as Ellie walking, like viewing Joel from the outside, and then you end on the shot with Ellie. So it's like the beginning reversed.
Sorry about that. They didn't know who
Let
you
me
were.
say Marlene again.
Ellie?
She's all right. They brought her back.
The discussions I had with Merle about this scene is, again, her desperation to find someone that will understand, that will empathize with her decision to kill Ellie to save humanity. And she's hoping she could get that out of Joel because he's the only other person that has cared for Ellie the way she has. And she can't get that out of him.
I just think it was such a great way to bookend, to kind of start and begin with Marlene, and it's so great that they were able to capture just the strength that she has, even when she was sitting in that chair.
Yeah.
And again, she's completely empathetic, even though she's supposed to be antagonistic.
It's a very similar line to what David says.
You don't have to worry about her anymore. We'll take care
I
of her.
worry. Just let me see her, please.
You can't. She's being
This is one I've always seen Joel in the most parental role.
Surgery.
The doctors tell me cordyceps, the growth inside her, has somehow mutated. It's why she's immune. Once they remove it, they'll be able to reverse engineer a vaccine.
Yeah, her performance here was just
stellar.
So flawless.
I remember talking with the music guys that were putting a lot of Gustavo's music in. And the first few passes were, there was this dark music that was playing here once Marlene reveals that Ellie's going to die. And I was like, we can't play Marlene as bad because she's not bad.
She's not.
I mean, she's trying to save everybody. And if anything, I told them was like, you can go dark with Joel. Because again, when Ellie's life is on the line, Ellie's in danger, he lets himself slip back into the murderer, the killer,
Right.
however you want to view it.
It's so interesting. I wonder how many players, like, especially in this moment right here, how many sided with Marlene and how many think that Joel was actually the wrong one. It's like, dude, listen to what she's saying.
At the same time, this is the theme of the game for me right here. Is as a father, you will kill everybody else to save your kid, and that has always been kind of the through line for me. Is Joel's willing to go to the end of the line, meaning sacrifice humanity to save Ellie.
Again,
Robin Atkin Downs.
Guess what's going to happen to him? But this was so cool, too, because, I mean, we've seen all the way through both cinematic and gameplay, you know, Joel is able to take on everybody, but just this moment of resolve that I'm going to wait for my moment. And it almost looks like he's a beaten, defeated person. And that grimace right there, it's like, no, he's not.
Yeah, again, the way you've interpreted Joel is like a man who lets his emotions get the better of him here has to keep them in check. You see how like he wants to destroy this man and everybody here for what they're doing to Ellie, but he has to wait. He has to catch the right moment.
Bam. And again, just such a brutal scene. There's no threat here. It's
just time. Time is the threat.
Now I'll let you die.
Oh, that part was brutal, man. There's so many soldiers.
This scene used to originally be all in the operating room. And Joel wasn't carrying Ellie. He killed Marlene and the doctors in the operating room. And then Peter Field, designer, just kept bugging me. He's like, I feel like we have to play this part. It's, you know, you have to carry Ellie out yourself. It can't just be like hinted at. And we ended up switching the whole structure of this thing. He was right. It was like, it worked way better.
That was another one of those moments where we're like, we're done, we've got it. No, we don't.
As a cinematic, it was. I thought it was perfect. But as a bigger part of the game, it was weaker than letting you play through some of it.
She won't feel anything.
And the only hesitation Joel has is that this is what Ellie wants.
And it's such a great decision to show, just cut to this. Give the audience, the player, just one last moment of, well, what did he choose? Just to sit in that decision.
It was also important to show the lie against the reality because the lie has so much weight here at the end. Throughout the game, Joel has never lied to Ellie. He might have disagreed or he might have dismissed her, but he's never outright lied to her.
What happened?
And for me, this was the moment I decided to lie.
We found the fireflies. Turns out there's a whole lot more like you. People that
To me, it hurt to say these things. Because once Ellie started believing that I actually had something, that I was someone, you're basically telling Ellie, you're not special, you're not important, and everything you've done was for nothing.
I'm taking this home.
Yeah, in the first few versions of the scenes, there was like Ellie had all these questions like, what happened? Why? Who was there? Why would they let you take me out with the gown still on? And it just was better if she said nothing. And she just turned her back to him. Again, just to show how far Joel's willing to go to remove any threat for Ellie.
I mean, we had talked about this before where, you know, she obviously has that bullshit detector.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like I knew you were lying. You know, I feel like Ellie knows you're lying.
You gotta have that bullshit detector, man. And that's the last one. Let's go.
Here we go, the end. So, original ending for this, way back when we put the outline for the story together, is that Ellie believed the lie, and they went off to Tommy's, and it was kind of like this wide tracking shot as you see them kind of getting smaller and smaller, walking off to Tommy's. But as we went through the story, and the characters got more and more developed, it's like it didn't feel honest. It didn't feel like Ellie would buy into all that.
And she got bit too. You didn't know what to do.
Remember, we went over and over and over this scene. And little things changed. But every time I sat and watched you tell this story, I was just raptured by it. It was so easy to listen to you tell this story.
I'm still waiting for my turn.
Ellie.
Her name was Riley, and she was the first to die. And then it was Tess. And then Sam.
None of that is on you.
You don't understand.
I struggled for a long time.
So
with
Riley's
surviving.
in the DLC, Left Behind.
No matter what,
And I played that DLC, who Riley is.
you keep finding something to fight for. Now, I know that's not what you want to hear right now.
Swear to
Interesting hearing arguments around the office about how people interpret that last line, that last okay from Ellie. Whether it's okay, I believe you, or okay, I could put this behind us, or okay, I don't trust you anymore and it's over.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the cinematics commentary done. I want to put the credits and copyright and all that. So tomorrow we'll do the behind the scenes of them making the game.